Namaste, my angels. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm Tigra, a sacred Sagittarius. Angels answers all. Thank you for joining me as I'm going to be doing a deck review. I've had this deck for a while, and I apologize to the creator. Between life, timing, relocating, no excuses, but here we are. I'm going to be doing today a deck review on the Oracle of Genetic Gifts. Discover your spiritual inheritance and life purpose. It came to me in this beautiful black and gold box. And again, it is an Oracle deck, an Oracle of Genetic Gifts. This deck, I'm going to try my best to do the review. There will be definitely additional questions and information that you will need to contact the creator on. This is not your typical or average Oracle deck. You really do have to be in tune with yourself and know exactly what it is this deck provides and what it doesn't provide. It's not an easy read, but it is a magnificent tool if you can learn how to use it and what its purpose is for. So the Oracle of Genetic Gifts, discover your spiritual inheritance and life purpose. It's an Oracle of Genetic Gifts, a valuable tool for anyone interested in spiritual lineal inheritance and wanting to discover your life purpose. Your ancestors have vital information they have passed down to you. Find out what's been given to you. The guidebook does not accompany this deck, okay? So if you do buy this deck or if you're gifted the deck, it will not accompany it. You do have to download it off the website, okay? And this deck is created by OmenTarotdecks.com. That's Omen, O-M-E-N, tarotdecks.com. And their disclosure, as with most creators, these decks are for entertainment purposes only. It's not to override or overshadow any professional help that one may need, and also it's not to take place or to replace your own intuitive gifts, common sense, and knowledge. So I'm trying to see if I can remember, because it's been a while since I've been holding on to this deck. It is a standard size deck. I would say there's probably at least 50 to 70 cards here. Beautiful, like sun symbol here. All the cards are beautiful. They're glossy. It's like a soft matte glossy. Very easy to handle. All the cards are consistent with the design throughout, with the black and gold. And then on the other side, they all have a symbol along with the designated meaning on the bottom. Now again, this deck is not an easy read, and I strongly suggest that you go to OmenTarotdecks.com to get the handbook, or if you have any questions regarding the deck. But it is a great deck to have. I myself must tell you, I have not spent time with the deck yet. I haven't blessed it yet. I don't do that until after I do the reviews and start using it. But just from looking through the cards, I know that this deck has great potential. And if you're an advanced tarot reader or spiritualist, you will probably be able to work very closely and intuitively with this deck, more so than someone that is just starting out. Okay, so we're going to leave the box here so you can remember it if you want to take a screenshot. Again, it's the Oracle of Genetic Gifts, dealing with the principles of finding out what your life purpose is, as well as your genetic inheritance. So a lot of ancestral work is done within this deck to tap into that. The things that we are spiritually or ancestrally passed down, energies and spiritual gifts from our heritage and our ancestors. So as I mentioned, it's an average size deck with this beautiful design in the back. The color scheme is a black and gold. And the cards, from what I can tell, they're not done in any particular grouping. So each card does have its different meaning. So let's see if we can go through it. And again, I apologize for being late with this review, but do show your support by going to OmenTarotdecks.com. Okay, to inquire on this deck. I can't even recall the price range, but I would definitely say it's between the $40 to $60 category. So the first card that we're looking at is the Akashic Field. All information, power, energy, and experiences vibrate here. Like I said, it is a different deck. The next card is Akashic Records. All souls, universal events, past, present, and future. Ancestral line. Older than Earth. Angel numbers. Sequences of numbers that carry divine guidance. What I do love about this deck, other than the fact that they kept it very simple with the black and gold tone, is that the graphics are graphics that I've not experienced with another deck. I love when I have decks that are so unique in their creation, and this deck definitely brings that as far as the energy that it brings to it. This card is number 1 through, goes 1 through, 12. So this is Accession number 1. So this is, let me see, I think this would be the only, oh no. So there's 2 groupings within this deck. There's a Master and the Ancestry. So first we're going to start with the Ancestry. Number 1, Earth, DNA, a cell structure. Accession number 2 is Water, flood of mental emotion. So this is dealing with the elements. 3 represents the ascension of air. Breath decodes energies. 4 represents warmth, ether, senses being realigned. That's Ascension 4. Ascension 5 is light ether, mental tunes to spirit. Ascension 6, chemical ether, light quota is in body is 33%. Ascension 7, astral plane, pineal gland is fully opened. Again, it's a very technical, if you want to say in the spiritual sense, it's a very technical deck. And like I said, it is not going to be an easy read and just a deck that anyone can pick up. You really do have to have the handbook and also be spiritually in tuned to the language, because there's a lot of language here that I myself honestly don't understand. I will, once I get settled, go to the website and get the book, because I really do want to be able to use this deck first for myself personally, and then I'll introduce it to the channel. Ascension 8 is mental plane, seed crystal, 8 to 10 chakras activated. Ascension 9, Buddhi plane, spirit determines everything. Ascension 10, Nirvana plane, 12-strand DNA, teleportation. Ascension 11, Power Nirvana plane, access light-based technologies. Ascension 12, I can't even pronounce the word, but it's guiding humanity towards multi-star system. We step out of the astral, the ascension, 1 through 12. And that would go back to astral protection, out-of-body experience, teleportation, astrology, ancestral knowledge, augur, AUGUR, spiritual master, seer, predictions, visionary, aura reader, advisor, photographer, energy healer, author, spiritual experiences, guidance, and healing. I like the symbol on this because it reminds you of like open pages of a book. Blogger platform, employs spiritual services. Chakra healer, clearing and balancing. Clairalience, clear smelling. So this would be someone who has like the gift of smell. Clairaudience, as we know, those who have the gift of hearing. Claircognizance, those for clear knowing and the gift of knowledge. Clairgustance, clear tasting. Who knew that, people have special keen gifts in these particular areas? So like someone who's a taster, right, who does reviews at restaurants, they are probably clairaugustans because they have the gift of tasting, like wine tasters. Like I want to know how people could drink so much glasses of wine and really be able to detect, you know what I mean, what is so different by each one. So they would fall in that category. Then we have clear instincts, clear feelings, clairvoyance. As we know, it's very common. That's probably the one most recognized that we all know, is the gift of clear seeing. Then we have now dark night of the soul, path of initiation. A demologist, entity banishing and removal. Who knew that such a person exists? I guess like something like an exorcist, right? Demolishes evil entities. An empath, extremely sensitive person, feels another's emotions. That again is a more common one that we all can relate to because many of us are that. Energy healer, Reiki, chakra healer, crystal healer, a healer of touch. Facebook platform, spiritual posts and activities. So this deck, which is something new, it puts into this deck the energies of things that we use in modern time, like social media. Because your life purpose might be where you might want to post or have your work on a Facebook or social media platform. So that is quite different to this deck. Indigo child, alpha generation, born between 1958 and 1968. Indigo child, beta generation, born between 1968 and 1978. Also known as the rainbow children, indigo child, delta generation, born between 1988 and 1998. Indigo child, gamma generation, born between 1978 and 1988. So this deck is very, like I said, it's very technical, but it's very educational. I'm learning new things that I've never knew about, new terminology, new definitions of classifications of people within spirituality. Also known as the crystal children, the indigo child, omega generation, born between 1998 and 2008. The diamond child, born between 2010 and 2011. Then we go into the Instagram platform, spiritual aspires and missions. Now we're going into the next set of series card 1 through, well, it's funny because it does card 1 through 11, and then it has a card 22 and 23. Now we're going into the life path. Life path 1 is the pioneer, ruling planet the sun. Life path 2, the partner, ruling planet the moon. Life path 3, the communicator, ruling planet Jupiter. And for those of us who are Sagittarius, especially if you are any period, like in the beginning of Sagittarius, like I am, I know that I am a life path 3, so this definitely describes me. I'm a communicator, and of course my planet is Jupiter. Life path 4, the builder, ruling planet the earth. Life path 5, the free spirit, ruling planet Mercury. Life path 6, the server, ruling planet Venus. Life path 7, the dreamer, ruling planet Neptune. Life path 8, the financier, ruling planet Saturn. Life path 9, the peacemaker, ruling planet Mars. Now we're going into master cards. So we have Master 11, Master 22, and Master 33. Master 11 is the visionary, ruling planet Uranus. Master 22, the architect, ruling planet Pluto. And Master 33, the master teacher, ruling planet Neptune. We have a card here for the light worker, awakened healer, teacher, leader, truth seeker. Maternal side, spiritual gifts, wisdom, inheritance by mother's line. Meditation teacher, teach, heal, wellness. Numerologist, study of divine numbers. Paternal side, we just did maternal, right? And now we're doing paternal. Paternal side, so maternal would be your mother's side, paternal, your father's side. Spiritual gifts, wisdom, inheritance, and father's line. So if you were to use this for whatever purpose you wanted to use this deck for, and these two cards came out, it would attribute that certain things that you have within your makeup comes either from your father's side or your mother's side. Pendulum reader, serving rune casting, dowsing. Portal keeper, 3D, 5D ascension fulfillment. Psychic detective, postcognition, psychometry, telepathy, and dowsing. Psychic medium, communicating between spirit worlds. So if you never knew what a psychic medium is, I know you see a lot of shows and a lot of people who claim that they are psychic mediums on TV. That would be the definition. They are communicators between the spirit worlds, between here and there. A shaman, a natural healer, soul retrieve, earth magic. A lot of people claim to be shamans. That is that definition. So again, like I said, it's a very technical, but so much an educational deck as well. Soul number, numerical symbol for what your heart desires. The spiritual arts, artist, designer, singer, sculptor. Spiritual herbalist, a spiritual healer who has healing rituals and ancient wisdom. A spiritual teacher is a priest or a priestess. Star attunements for high spiritual healing, activation, ascension, life missions. Star seed, an empathetic psychic healer knows purpose. Another common word that we see. Talk radio platform, spiritual affairs. Tarot card reader, healer, teacher, guidance, spiritual knowledge. Tarot deck creator, a visionary. Telepathy, thought, reading, extrasensory perception. TV news media platform, spiritual purposes. Twitter platform, spiritual involvements or participations. A yoga instructor, body and mind. And as we come down to the two final cards, youth director, spiritual support, educate, lead by example, volunteer. And in the final card is YouTube platform, spiritual callings. I thank you so much for joining me for this very unique and particular and educational deck, the Oracle of Genetic Gifts, brought to us by OmenTarotdecks.com. Again, very easy to handle, normal size deck. Fans out beautifully, as you can see here. This is the box that it comes in. Does not come with the guidebook. You do have to go to their website here, OmenTarotdecks.com, to download and get the guidebook. But oh, it would be so much worth it, because as you can see from these cards, you will never see a deck like this made in this fashion with such great information. You just have to be really keen and have the patience to get the guidebook and learn it. But it is the Oracle of Genetic Gifts. Discover your spiritual inheritance and life purpose. Brought to you by OmenTarotdecks.com. And again, it is a tool for anyone who's interested in spiritual lineal inheritance and wanting to discover their life purpose. Your ancestors had the vital information they have passed down to you. Find out what's been given to you. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. And again, I hope if you're interested in this deck, you will reach out to them. And my special thanks and apologies again for posting this so late, but it was definitely worth the experience. Please share, like, and comment. And again, reach out and get your hands on this unique but so much needed deck, I think, in everybody's collection. Namaste.